You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, companion podcast to PillagingJustForFun.com. That's PJ4F.com, the number one podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by DC4L Custom Tees. Check them out at DC4LCustomTees.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. What's good, Che? What's cracking?
Oh, you already know, dog.
Damn.
You already know. Every week, every week, the same thing, bro. Every week, it's the same thing that's cracking over here.
Same old things cracking?
Not the same old thing, because you know I'd be switching it up, but it's all about them chelas, dog.
Right into it already.
Them chelas. Let's get in. Why not?
Get in.
Why not?
Let's just jump in. I wanted to talk about the weekend, but we'll do that afterwards.
We can talk about the weekend. We can talk about the
over
weekend.
some chelas.
Yeah, we can talk about it over some chelas.
What are you drinking?
So you know, I usually come in with some well-known beers, some good breweries, because I prefer to drink those anyways. But I could not help myself this week. I rolled up into the grocery outlet,
Bargain Market,
the bargain market, if you will.
Chelas con Che brought to you by Grocery Outlet.
Yeah, we're waiting on that goddamn sponsorship. But I rolled up into that grocery outlet, man, and I took a little walk around, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm a little low on the funds. It'd be nice if I get some on the cheap, on the low.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that they had a couple 6-packs, a few different 6-packs. Obviously, I only picked up a couple that were $4.99, dog.
$4.99.
How do you pass up a 6-pack for $4.99?
That's less than $1 a beer.
That's what I'm saying. That's hard to find. Okay, so I was like, you know what? Let's make this episode of the Chelas con Che segment a critique.
Okay.
You know, I don't really know what I'm getting here. I don't really know what the quality of the beer is going to be. It's $4.99, so I'm already got my I'm thinking it's going to be not that great.
So let's put them on the board. Let's show the folks what we got here.
We got the first one, which I already cracked open. We got this Hopworks or Urban Brewery. Okay. And they got this organic wave train. Okay. And they describe this bad boy as a Vienna style amber ale. Now, I've never been to Vienna, so I wouldn't have a fucking clue as to what that would taste like.
All right. Should be close to like German.
I mean, it'll get the job done.
It'll get the job done.
$5 a
6-pack.
$5 a 6-pack. It's a 5.5 on the alcohol by volume.
All right, so a little bit more than your average 4.2.
You know, 23 IBUs. Okay, it's decent. It's decent.
What's it taste like?
It's not gonna be. It's you know what, man.
It tastes like it's getting the job done. That's what it tastes like.
It tastes like. It tastes like. It tastes a little bit like a Budweiser.
Okay. All right.
It tastes a little bit.
Where's that from? Where's that brewery at?
I don't know where this brewery is at. Actually, let me see. Let's see what it says here.
Hub City.
Let's see where it says.
Is that a Compton beer?
It's Compton beer.
Hub City.
I don't know, Doug. I don't say on here. And I'm saying, Portland, Oregon.
From Portland, Oregon.
Okay, certified organic by Oregon Tilth. Okay,
well,
so just so you know.
All right.
And then the second beer, which I'll be tasting later on in the show, is this Hangar 24. Again, another bargain beer. We'll see what it's all about. But this one's an orange wheat, so I have higher hopes for it. American wheat ale. Yeah. It says brewed with locally picked whole oranges.
So it's like an orange Hefeweizen.
Basically.
All right, it should be refreshing.
That's what it sounds like, right? So 4.6 alcohol per volume here. Yeah, and this one's bottled in the Redlands, California.
Redlands. All right.
So we'll see. Go out there and get yourself a discount beer if you're low on cash, y'all. If you guys are low on cash, hey, ain't nothing wrong. Still chelas, right?
Yeah. Bobby called it. He said the Hub beer looked like a fancy Budweiser.
Basically, right?
A little bit stronger. Bobby with the Tony Romo call. Pete says, yeah, good point. It
has a little bit more flavor than a Budweiser, but still.
The viewers say you look extra gangster today, but you look exactly the same as you did last week.
I look just I look just like I usually do.
You're wearing this exact same outfit.
The same motherfucker.
But there's an
that you saw
aura.
last week.
There's an aura about you.
I guess so.
Maybe
people be making comments that I look like the Mexican Ice Cube and I don't know what and all these things. And I mean, I'm just myself. But all right. I appreciate it.
He's
I appreciate the compliments and the comparisons.
You know, I think Ice Cube looks like a black Che.
Okay.
How about that?
How about that, y'all?
How about that?
Well, I mean, technically, Ice Cube is older than me, so
yeah,
it wouldn't work that way.
So you got a little extra swagger about you. Maybe it's because we got out of the house this weekend.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, we had a good time.
We had a good time.
We had a good time.
It was a memorable time.
It definitely was.
Let me set this up for the folks.
Set it up.
Drive around East Side San Jose all day, every day at work, and they got a lot of cutty spots out there, a lot of real cutty restaurants. So I found a spot. I won't say the name. I'm not going to put them on blast because I don't recommend it. So I already know what you guys are going to do with the information. We'll just leave the name off the table. It was supposed to be a Vietnamese French fusion restaurant. Looked pretty good.
Yeah.
As you know, Vietnamese French cuisine, they go hand in hand. There's a lot of crossover there. If you don't know, read your history book. So I thought this looks good. Menu looks good. Reviews checked out.
Yeah.
And we showed up, and there was
Yes, we did. We showed up.
Now, for several weeks, I drove by this place thinking it was a yoga studio. By the decor.
It does have that aura of a yoga studio.
It's got the purple drapes in the window.
It's very namaste.
Very namaste. But it looked cool. It was brand new. You know, everything else checked out. I was like, you never know. It could be a diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
So we rolled up in there. There was nobody there. Which
there was like, this is a pretty big restaurant in terms of like the area of seating that it has.
Yeah.
And it was us and our ladies, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Me and Kenny did not go on a mandate, okay?
No.
Just to
we got out of the
that.
house. We brought the ladies out.
We took our ladies out for some dinner. And then there was like another like family there. There was like maybe like 4 or 5 people in their group, right?
Yeah.
And that was it. The rest of it was empty.
Eventually, a large party would show up.
Yeah.
But they did have a drum set and some keyboards.
Yeah, I thought they were about to get down.
It was very tempting for us.
Yeah, I was about to go fuck up their drum set. I was just ruin their drumsticks and fucking put some dents in the drums, man.
We're about to go Step Brothers.
Fuck that kid up. I'm about to go put my...
We're about to come with some boats and hose. Anyways, the awkwardness began when it came time to order our meal.
Yeah.
And I might have lost my cool a little bit. You could see the kettle was starting to boil.
I did. I definitely did.
I wanted to be nice, though, because...
You were trying. It
was, I understand.
But they tried you.
All right. They tried me. Try me, you will lose every single time.
Facts.
So she came up. I think so. Here's the thing: when I go to a new restaurant, I like to order a lot of food.
Right.
I'm gonna order a couple things from each section on your menu. It's like
there you go.
It's like a damn food show when I show up. It's
fucking Gordon Ramsay showing up to your restaurant.
It's Kenneth Bourdain.
There you go.
In the spot. Rest in peace, Anthony Bourdain. And so we ordered, I think, 2 appetizers initially, and then some drinks, and then the waitress would come back, and we put in a 3rd appetizer. Uh-huh. And then somehow you got your order off. You ordered the seafood hot pot.
Some happened. We got a little. I think there was just a little bit of confusion because my lady she was ready to go.
Yeah.
So she right out the gate. She shot that order right. So
yeah.
The girl was. It was a younger girl too, by the way. So she seemed a little nervous.
Very nervous.
A little nervous.
Very nervous.
But she came. She took the drink orders, and my girl fired. Pow pow. So let's get these food going. Right, so she shot out, another appetizer, I believe.
Yes,
and then we just went ahead and hit her with that hot pot for 2.
Yeah,
and she was like, "Okay."
The hot pot was the MVP of the night. By the way,
it was.
And then I was ready for my order.
Yeah,
and she said, "Would you like to order it?" I said, "Yes." She's like, do you need the menu? Can you show me the menu or something? And I said, no, I don't need a menu.
I think she said something along the lines of like, I can leave one with you.
And I said, no, I'm ready to order. And she said, okay. And then she took the menu and left the table. And she didn't come back for like 15 minutes with the appetizers. And I told her, I'd like to order now.
Yeah.
And she said, okay. And she smiled. and she asked if she should get the menu, and I said no, I know what I want, and then she left again, and she came back with more appetizers.
And at that point, I was like, okay, well, maybe she just wants to get the appetizer. She wants to make sure that the two apps that you had put in, right, and our app came out at the same time,
which they didn't.
Which they didn't.
Which they didn't.
But I was like, maybe she's trying to space it out. She don't want to get ahead of herself.
Yeah.
Right. She wants to give the cook some time to get caught up. Right. They're all of a sudden they got this order of a hot pot and they got the order another app on top of it. Yeah. So I was giving her the benefit of the
Yeah.
But it wasn't the case because she came out with the same confused look on her face. And at that point, your boy Kenny was. You can see some steam coming.
The Chucky was starting to come out.
There was some steam coming out the ears, and he was like, "Is there something that I'm doing wrong here? Am I not conveying that I'm ready to fucking take my order? My order.
Is there an app I need to use? Is there a limit to the maximum amount of orders per table?
Yeah,
you had a theory that you thought possibly." She thought that all we wanted was a bunch of apps in the hot pot.
Right.
But it's like, no, I'm trying to spend money at your restaurant. By the way, one of the apps I ordered, it seemed like an oddball order. You guys probably were like, why is he ordering that?
Right.
I ordered the crunchy shrimp ball with quail egg because it's featured prominently on their website.
Okay.
And I wanted to see if they can do it. If I can cut down the middle of that shrimp ball and have the quail egg spill out.
Yeah.
I know right away they know what they're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That wasn't the case.
That was not the case.
That was not the case. But you know what?
Because the quail egg was ice cold.
When you said when you ordered that, I was like, oh, that sounds dope. Like I want to see what that's all about too.
Yeah.
So I was kind of happy that you ordered it because I probably would have ordered it if you didn't.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead, we got an ice cold jawbreaker. Quail egg flavored jawbreaker in the middle of that thing. I didn't bite into it. I was already smart. My lady went to town on it. I think her egg shot out some blue liquid somehow. I was like, I don't even know, bro.
It had like some blue specks on it, man. I was like, what is that?
Highly sus.
What is the blue specks about?
So then I sent them back.
Yeah, you did.
They sent out more of the same.
They just try to heat them up a little longer.
Yeah, I got the braised beef shank.
Yeah. How was that too? By the way,
it was good. I mean, it was good. It wasn't anything more than I could have made at home in like a crock pot.
And at some point, okay. I think when she finally decided to take your order, right?
Yeah.
When she finally decided to take your dinner order, you're like, I'm ready to order. Damn it!
God damn it! Oh.
She said,
this part. Yeah. She asked me if I'd like my braised beef shank medium.
There you go. That's what I was going to say.
Medium or well done. And I said, I'll take it medium. However, it's braised, so I don't think there is such a thing.
Because it's slow cooked. And it's been fucking cooking for a while. Okay?
That's what braised means, by the way, people. So, I mean, but it's hard to fuck up braised meat. It's going to be delicious. It's kind of why I didn't change my order even after the apps got to the table. I was expecting a better like glaze or something on it. It was pretty much straight up gravy. It was cool. It wasn't bad. My lady's chicken curry looked highly sus, but she liked it. And then when the apps came back to the table, she was like eating the new round of apps, and I just cut back into it and said no. And she was like, yeah, I don't know. But she was like still munching it. And I was like, no, stop eating that. Do not eat that. Don't eat it. And then
she was hungry, dog.
She was hungry.
She wanted to fucking throw down some food, bro.
We were all hungry. But the hot pot was good. If I need to find a hot pot and I can't find another one, definitely return for the hot pot.
No, that was good. That definitely like
they had an oxtail hot pot too, which looks good.
They did have but we went with the seafood.
Smart.
The seafood. You know me. If I'm gonna show up to a fucking a Vietnamese restaurant or Asian food in general, man, I'm ordering motherfucking seafood.
Yeah.
That to me, like that's how shit went down. Like all week long, you eat fucking red meat, right? All week long at your home, you eat red meat.
Yeah.
Carne asada, whatever it may be. Maybe your dad makes some fucking lamb chops or whatever. But on the weekends when you go out, right? When you go out and you get to actually order something different, you don't fuck around with the same shit you be eating all week long.
Yeah.
You go ahead and you order some shrimp, damn it. Order some damn shrimp. And that's how I live, man. So whenever I go out, I'm getting that seafood.
Well, I think the smart move you made is you order the dinner that requires you to cook it yourself.
Right.
I think that's the bottom line. So the next time we're going to take that to the next level. We're going to take you to my favorite Korean barbecue spot. And me and you will get down on the grill in there.
You fucking right, we will.
It'll be real nice. And when the ladies quit and they tap out, we're going to keep eating.
We're going to keep on going.
I'm going to make that dollar.
Let's keep this party going, yo.
Let's keep it going. So we kept it going. We left. Oh, and by the way, shout out to the creepy 6-year-old kid licking the Pringles can in the restaurant. You were cool.
She just kept peeking out the back. Like,
yeah, they can't see you, by the way.
The Pringles can, like, just staring us down like, I don't trust y'all motherfuckers.
Don't act like you've never licked the side of a Pringles can, you fat boys out there. I've seen you do it. So we left there. Oh, we kept it moving. I took you guys on like a little tour around the neighborhood there. A lot of taco trucks. We had an idea. We need to take Chelas con Che on the road.
Fuck yeah.
And just kind of like do a little food tour over there. Got to bring Cain too, because he's our resident food expert. Let's talk about your shredded wheat shrimp appetizer too.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, that was interesting.
It was like wrapped in a rice noodle. It was actually kind of cool.
It was decent. It wasn't bad. But it wasn't amazing. It wasn't anything great. The problem I had with it,
it looks better than it tasted.
The problem I had with it was that they put it down as egg rolls.
Yeah, it was a shrimp roll.
No, it was just a regular egg roll.
Mm-hmm.
We ordered the regular egg roll.
Uh-huh.
And they brought us out this. It was basically a shrimp, one shrimp, wrapped with this noodle, and fried.
So that they call that. I can't say the name of it because it's the restaurant's name, but that was another roll on the menu,
right?
And it's named after the house.
But so they fucked that up.
They fucked that up. They wanted you to really try the signature.
Don't give them that shit because it's bad. Give them the signature one.
Yeah. No, I mean, it looked good. It was a cool presentation. There was no flavor in that rice noodle.
I know.
And then we went downtown. We went down to South First. We were going to go. We were going to hit a bar. We were going to hit Cafe Stritch. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Cafe Stritch. I will mention your name. That's a cool spot. That's maybe one of my favorite spots in San Jose right now.
Right.
Been for a while. Cool little jazz bar. Premium cocktails. Got some real fancy ones. Got some spicy ones.
Yeah.
Good liquor if you just want straight liquor. They got beer on tap, wine for your lady, and then they got a little food menu. They got they got some chicken and waffles. They got a few nice things on their menu. They got a charcuterie board over there. We got
one right here too.
They got high-end munchies over there. That's what they got.
There you go.
So we were going to go over there, but we got out the car. It was cold.
It was cold as fuck.
I know all you East Coast listeners are laughing right now.
Yeah,
but
they're like, what the fuck you guys know about cold?
The wind was blowing. The bay wind was blowing hard, and that wind chill was legit.
And it was rainy. It was raining. So it wasn't just cold. It was cold and wet, and it's that's cold. Just a bad fucking mix.
It was cold, wet, low 40s, but a high wind. It was chilly. I was cool. The ladies were cold. The ladies were
real cold. We could have walked. We could have walked a little bit.
We would have been fine.
They were done after the first block, bro.
So we dipped into my Cuddy spot, my little go-to in and out, low key, non-trendy spot in San Jose, and that's the Hideout, which is the bar in the back of Original Joe's.
Yeah.
And I almost got a food order in there. I felt like I didn't want to go out on that note, and I hesitated, and I missed my chance.
You did. The bartender was heated too. He was angry at the end of the night, and I want to say it was probably our fault.
Yeah,
you got the wrath of it.
I didn't take it personally,
but I think it was our fault because we were sitting there for a while.
Yeah,
and then my lady said, she wanted some dessert. She's like, oh man, dessert sounds good, and I was like, well, fuck, let's see if we can fucking order some dessert. And I think you hit him up.
Yeah.
For the menu for the dessert.
I did. And then
he was like, he paused and he's like, oh yeah. And then he gave us the fucking menu.
Yeah.
My lady looked at it, and then she's like, oh no, I don't think I'm gonna get anything. I was like, you know damn well you want to order something, so let's just fucking order something. We're already here. So we went ahead and got the cheesecake.
Fire.
Which was good. It was good. So we ordered the cheesecake.
Fresh.
That shit came through.
Yeah.
And, he came up to us and he said, you guys want the strawberry preserves? And I was like, hell no. You just told me the key word, preserves. I don't want no fucking preserves on my goddamn cheesecake.
Nasty.
If you're going to put strawberries, it better be fresh.
Yeah.
Okay? Put some fresh strawberries on there. But you tell me strawberry preserves, get that shit out of my face. So I was like, nah, we're cool. Just give us a cheesecake. That shit comes to us. And then little by little, every other motherfucker around the bar starts ordering food. Some drunk ass ladies that were sitting across the way from
they
us.
ordered a full meal.
They ordered meals
and
then
cheesecake.
and then
I saw 2 more pieces of cheesecake.
Yeah, and then another group of dudes came in late and they ordered a cheesecake. And then they fucking gave the dude a hassle, right? They started going like, "Whoa, bring us like 3 plates, dog," and like, what about the sauce and blah blah blah.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so when he did that, he was heated. Then you were like, "You know what? Can I get a menu?" And that's what hit. I think we fucking bowled that dude over, though. That dude he was done. He was a wrap at that point. He was like, nah. I
didn't take it personally. I've been in his shoes before. I wasn't tripping. I didn't even know they were closing at midnight. So
I
didn't know it was midnight. So
no, neither did I. We were having a good time.
Yeah, my lady was heated about it though. She was like, "Don't talk to my man like that." She was,
"Don't mess with my man."
She got her back up. She got easty real quick, man. I was like, "Damn, you spicy." We got up out of there and we headed home. It was a cool night, bro.
It was good, man. You know what? The food may not have been what we expected, but we had a good time, man. It's good company. Good. Yeah. We had lots of laughs. That's what fucking matters, right?
That's what matters. We always laugh. Anytime we go anywhere, people are gonna laugh, bro.
Oh, that's right.
But looks aren't everything.
That's true.
And then you were back over here again last night.
Yes, I was.
We've been living in the studio. We're working on. So a good time to make this announcement again and clear up some confusion because people are very confused, and I understand why you're confused. So the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. Make sure you follow that network at CNPodNet.
That's right.
If you were following RPN before, then you're already subscribed. It's the same account, but CNPodNet. Follow those accounts. And we are coming with a flagship podcast for the network.
That's right.
That is self-titled The Crow's Nest Podcast.
Yes, it is.
If you'd like, refer to it as simply The Nest, because we all know what you're talking about.
Hell yeah.
And we were working on that. I'm working on the intro.
Yep.
Working on the outro. And getting some ideas together for the interludes.
Absolutely.
Pre-production has begun.
Pre-production. It is in full. It's full go right now. At this point, it's full go. And like we said, we told you guys we wanted to try to drop this by the first week of March, and we're trying to nail it. We're trying to get there. We're trying to get everything ready for you guys so we can actually launch, as we said. Possibilities that we might start a little later. It's possible. It's possible.
A little later.
It's possible. But we're gonna do everything we can to get it launched as fast as possible. Too.
As an artist, and you and I are both artists, you have to set deadlines.
You do.
You have to.
It's got to be something to give you that kick in the ass, right? And so if that means that we're going to spend every fucking weekend up in the studio to get this bitch done, then guess what? I'm going to be in my fucking truck hauling ass over here every fucking Saturday and Sunday to make it happen, Captain.
Yeah, but we're going to make it happen.
That's
for sure. That's a for sure right on.
And that's a for sure right on.
You son of a bitch. Also with the new name, I have to keep reminding myself to say this because I forgot they did change their name. Your 2 favorite ladies in Raider Nation have a new name, and that's the Ladies of Darkness. And so check them out. If you're not already checking them out, check them out. They actually have some new content on the show. Kevlar Prom Dress, Heidi, low key, lightweight, the MVP of our network. She's on that show now too.
That's right.
And Jenny's got a new segment, and I think the reboot did them well. It's just kind of like brand new and fresh for the off season.
Yeah,
definitely check them out. Those ladies are re-energized, so check them out if you haven't already.
That's right.
We're family. We're not just friends of the show. This just isn't another show we're on a network with. This is all stuff that we've built with our own hands and ears and mouths, I guess, as it were. And we're in this
thumbs because we tweet the shit out of each other, right?
If you're a part of our network, you're family. If you're a part of our network, you're family. That's the way
if you're a fucking listener, you're family.
Oh, well, that's a for sure right on.
And that's a for sure right on.
And that's a for sure right on.
Shout out Spice Adams.
So let's talk about the mistake on last week's podcast. Correction. Bo Jackson ran for 91 yards, not 93 yards.
He did.
Although I believe Rory's answer was 88.
Yeah, it was still.
That is also incorrect. Thank you.
But you know what? In your defense, he ran out that fucking the back of the end zone. So he went over 100 yards,
90,000 yards. 90,000 yards is what we're officially going with. Again, thank you to everybody for the donations. You could donate to the show right now on YouTube by going to our YouTube profile if you're watching live. And if you haven't watched live, I encourage you to do so. Donations can also be made on our Twitter profile and, of course, the website, pj4f.com. Just check out the sidebar, bottom of the website if you're on your phone. We had a giveaway announcement last week, but it didn't really go off.
It didn't catch fire, man. We were waiting for y'all.
Well, that's on me. I did not push it at all. I was not on Twitter really at all this week. That's the other thing I wanted to say is going out Friday night. I needed that. I had one of the worst weeks ever last week at work and everything, and so that's why it didn't go up. It was just a hell week for me. It was crazy. So we're going to reset it this week. Again, I wore the Felonious fan shirt last week. You could check that out at dc4lcustomtees.com. It's a really dope graphic design. I really like it. Our man, the Dan Triloquist, did it out there from the Hidden Levels podcast. We're going to give away one of those shirts for free. And this is another hashtag challenge. This is hashtag Raiders 80s. All right? Yeah. Hashtag Raiders 80s. These are Raider 80s songs.
That's right.
You could change the name of a title. Mm-hmm. You could change the song lyrics. Mm-hmm. You could give us a name of a song that's appropriate. Change the name of the artist.
There you go. Whatever
works for you. But it must be Raiders 80s. All right? We got some examples.
Yeah, shoot them. Shoot the examples, man.
When donks cry. All right? Start off lukewarm. When donks cry. That would be acceptable. Obviously, a nod to when doves cry. This is one I particularly like. Hashtag Rock Me Al Davis. Rock me Al Davis, Al Davis.
Al Davis, Al Davis. Rock me Al Davis.
All right, so you kind of get the vibe. What I like about twos. That one works very well.
That's what I like about twos. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You came up with this one. Hashtag Kenny's got a gun.
Kenny's got a gun.
Kenny Stabler. The late great.
You fucking right. He had a gun.
Hashtag Domo Arigato, Mr. Gemato. That's a good one.
That's all you got to say.
Go and Jay. Hashtag Here in My Car. Obviously 2 R's.
Here in my car.
Hashtag I want to know what tuck is.
I want to know what tuck is. That should made us laugh.
Seriously.
That should made us laugh when we were coming up with these
Seriously.
pictures.
I want you to show me.
I want you to show me.
And lastly, hashtag Money for Nothing by Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
Ba-doom.
Ba-doom.
That was a hefty intro.
Yeah. Hey, and good luck coming up with other songs. As we just took up about fucking 50% of them.
Yeah, those were good ones. But good luck.
There's a lot of 80s songs out there, though, so put some work in, yo.
All you got to do is tweet that to us on Twitter or Instagram, or you can put it on our Facebook page. Please do not email me or text me your submissions. If it's not on social media for everybody to see, it don't count. There's a lot of reasons for that. Mainly just I'm too busy. Mm-hmm. But no, I'm not saying that. The main reason is everyone needs to see what your submission is.
Yeah.
So, we don't get the repeats, the duplicates, and you can actually point at it and lay claim to it as proof and evidence was out there for everybody to see. So post that. Again, hashtag Raiders 80s, hashtag or at Pillaging Just for Fun. At Pillage Just for Fun, I should say, on Twitter. Yeah. You guys already know. You guys should be following along. If you can't find us, God help you. Just use the Google machine. I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to get into this.
Oh, yeah.
Quick hits. Raiders are not playing at Oracle Park as originally reported. Now, Shay, some might say this makes you guys look bad because you were kind of tipping your hand as to where they were playing early on.
I mean, we were tipping our hand to was what we were hearing, and as you guys all heard eventually, that's not necessarily wrong. That's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, they really thought that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's not. It wasn't as easy of a slam dunk as they thought it was going to be. What they didn't really think about, or maybe they did and they just thought it wouldn't happen, is the 49ers' vested interest to wave the flag, wave that to territorial rights. Reason being, limit the Raiders' options down to fewer, basically between the Coliseum, where there's a grudge match going on over there, or playing in Levi Stadium, which Mark Davis also too prideful, and I think most of Raider Nation too prideful to really swallow at this point. And that's the option that they like. Why double the concession sales, right?
Absolutely.
Make more money in that stadium. The only thing that I would like about it is we get to tear up the field for them because it's terrible turf, but that's a stretch. That's a stretch. There's nothing I like about that situation. You know what the best thing about it is? It's closer to me. I still don't like it.
I still don't like it either.
I'd rather drive an extra 30 minutes.
I'm cool with the drive to Oakland, y'all.
Oakland's not that much further than San Jose.
And what's waiting for us is...
so much better.
Oh, so much better.
It's worth the wait.
Yep.
So it looks like, the options are down to those right now. Along that story, we had some more developments come out this week and some contradictory statements, however you want to look at it. First, Larry Beal from ABC 7 saying the Raiders were now in negotiations with the Coliseum officials to play in Oakland next season, saying it was the first talks they've had since a lawsuit was announced in December. And on the other side of that, Michael Gelkin reporting that the Coliseum Authority had yet to resume negotiations for a possible return beyond just an email correspondence. There was no official meeting. Nobody actually sat down. And that was reported by Gelkin. But despite the discrepancy, what remains is that the executive director of the Coliseum Authority, Scott McKibben, whose name you've heard plenty over the past few years, says the $7.5 million lease offer is still on the table for the Raiders. And he went on the record as to say they have nothing to do with the lawsuit. If you don't know how that breaks down, pretty simple. Won't go into it at length, but that's the city suing not just the Raiders, but all 32 teams in the NFL as a revenue-sharing entity. That's kind of the sloppy version of it. And then you got the Coliseum Stadium Authority, which is, private and represents the Coliseum. And Scott's all for it. He wants... people get jobs when the Raiders play games.
Absolutely.
Someone's got to show up and sell you $14 beers. And jalapeno poppers.
10 to 11, bro.
10 to 11.
10 to 11.
Okay.
So.
All right. My bad. My bad. So,
hey, as long as you're getting that denoganizer, you're cool. It's worth the $11 because you're gonna get like 4 beers in one beer.
That's bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Speaking of bang for your buck, Charles Woodson is out at ESPN. That's a guy. Bang for your buck, Chuck. That's a guy we got a lot of bang out of that buck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He told fans he will see them again next year.
What does that mean, Charles?
Somewhere. Ellipsis, ... somewhere. What does that mean? What does it all mean? 2018 Raiders defensive back coach Derek Ansley earned himself a job as a co-defensive coordinator at the University of Tennessee. What does it all mean? Rumors abound regarding possible return to the silver and black for number 24, bang for your $2 Chuck. He calls it purely coincidence.
And he calls it Charles Woodson Wines.
Yeah.
No $2 Chuck for Charles, dog. Okay? He's got his own goddamn wines, dog.
I was just making a joke. No disrespect. I've seen that actually Chuck getting some praise for that wine.
Hell yeah.
A few magazine covers.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet.
He's doing the damn thing.
Next time I'm up there in that area, my lady likes it up there. We'll check it out. I'm going to check you out.
That's good. Bring one back. Let me get a little taste, man.
So I was going to ask you how you feel about this. We're going to talk to Cain about this a little bit later. I got my feelings about it. I'm gonna save mine.
Let's save them. Let's save it. That way we just have the round table.
Yeah.
We let Cain go at it hardcore, and then we throw in our 2 cents.
I got a feeling I think we're all in agreement on this. Maybe it's PTSD. Just say this. I know Raider Nation, you guys, you like to jump off ledges and you like to jump up and down when something possibly might happen.
Jump up to get down.
I'm just going to say pace yourself. Just pace yourself. Just settle down. Have another chela.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to get into another chela.
Raider Nation. Empty. Raider Nation's a reactive bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Very, very reactive.
Jalen Richard tweeted out today, Oakland ... me back. Does that mean they're in talks to bring him back? To renew his contract? To extend him? Or, because he's a restricted free agent this year, is that correct?
I think so, yes.
Or is that me? Is that an upside down W? Is that we back? I don't know. What does it all mean? Things to make you go,
Things that make you go.
No, for real, that's a bit of a stretch. Hopefully he's in talks to come back as a Raider. He's got a great spot, identity on this offense. We'd love to see Jalen Richard back. Would you not love to see Jalen Richard back in this offense?
I think he fits the offense perfectly.
Perfect.
Obviously, he's not going to be your number one running back, but he's a beautiful complement to the game that Gruden is developing. Right? So you obviously need to get yourself a number one, but Jalen Richard, he's definitely going to be your little, what's that? What have we said? Your Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife.
There you go.
And that's a for show ride. And mirrors are still white. Have been, always will be. I had a 30-minute conversation on the phone today about that with Jen.
Yeah.
A lot of people were very upset about it. A very controversial question.
Hold on. So, it seems like some people were trying to take this into some like racial stuff, man. Listen.
Hold on.
You're looking at your boys here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We're representatives of the nation, man. Okay. There ain't none of that shit going on in the nest. You already know. We got to break it down. These are facts, okay? And maybe people that aren't familiar with them, they don't really understand it. It's kind of confusing. I mean, actually, some of it's kind of like, well, what? How does that work? Like, it doesn't make sense. But we were talking about it off the air, right? And I was telling you, I was actually explaining this shit to some students earlier in the week, like 2-3 weeks ago.
You're an artist.
I am.
And you're brown.
Yes, I am.
So I'm
brown.
just going to remove myself from this. I'm going to let you just kick facts. Just kick facts.
I'm brown.
Facts.
Those are facts. I am brown. That's what you're seeing on the screen.
So let's just take race out of this and let the experts speak. Let a professional talk about it.
No, so listen. This is purely from the art side, the artistic side, okay? There's no political side in this. There's nothing else involved, okay? The way that this works, okay, color. The way that color works is it's a reflection of light, right? And so when you see black, as your boys have on right now, you're actually seeing all colors absorbed by the surface that you are looking at.
Not the absence of color.
Not the absence of color, but you're actually seeing all colors conjoined, right? And there's nothing being reflected. Everything's being absorbed. And so I use the same example as when you go out in the sun and you got a black t-shirt on and the light hits you from the sun, you feel fucking hot.
It's hot.
Why is that?
All black car, hot.
Because your t-shirt's absorbing all the light from the sun.
Black top, hot.
Okay? That ends up black. Okay? So on the opposite side of that spectrum, you got white. And white is a reflector of all colors, essentially, of all light, right? Which is why if you put on a white t-shirt, you feel a little bit cooler if you're in the sun, right? You don't feel like you're getting all that heat. You feel like you're boiling over, right? When you look at light, you don't see colors, right? So you're saying, what the fuck are you talking about, Che? There's no color in light. It's just light. But when you put a prism or something of that type into the light, you all of a sudden see all these colors fractured, right? This rainbow, right? That's because light is all colors. Okay, it's sending out all colors, right? And then when it hits a surface, some of those colors get absorbed and some of them get reflected. So whatever color you're seeing is actually all but that color that you're actually seeing.
So what people want to know is, how come when I look at a white t-shirt, I don't see my pretty face looking back at me?
Because it's all being reflected.
It's being diffracted.
It's being diffracted and it's being reflected.
And a mirror reflects straight back at you.
That's right.
Whereas a t-shirt, it does not.
Yes.
Them bitches be shooting off in every direction. So mirrors are white, but perfect mirrors don't exist.
Right.
So there's an argument there. Chances are your household mirror is green. If you do the mirror tunnel experiment, you put a mirror in front of a mirror and you get ad infinitum reflection. If you look deep into that reflection, you will notice the image is darker and greener than the original reflection, and that's because of the glass. So, but the question is a perfect mirror. And
right. The question was
white.
What is a perfect mirror? We didn't say it existed. We just said, what is a perfect mirror? And it is white.
So deep.
Yeah.
So deep.
Real deep. We get deep over here.
Fact.
That's a perfect transition for Silver and Black Facts. Brought to you every week by Pro Football Focus. Make sure you follow them at PFF_Raiders for all your Silver and Black Facts. Fact, Jared Cook's 75.7 overall grade, ranked 5th among tight ends that were targeted 50-plus times, and his 81.5 receiving grade, ranked 3rd. He's a free agent. He's a big ticket on the market. I'm told he refused to talk with Gruden to renew the contract and come back. He's going to test the waters. Doesn't mean he's gone, but it does mean he's out on the town for now. Daddy went to the store to get some milk. We don't know if he's coming back.
Fact.
Lee Smith's 70.9 run blocking grade, ranked 9th amongst tight ends with 150-plus run block snaps. Lee Smith already got his bonus in advance.
Yes, he did.
He will be back. And
You're damn right.
That's a fact.
You goddamn right.
Fact.
Darren Waller was only targeted six times in 2018, but his 2.59 yards per route run ranked 3rd among tight ends with 6-plus targets. Small sample size. I just say that because Darren Waller is an exciting kid to watch.
He is.
Big target. We'll see. I think he could be like a cool gadget dude and every once in a while type dude.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
We'll see. We'll see what his permanence is in this team.
The reason why I pointed out too Darren Waller is that's our depth right now, right? We got Carrier is obviously there, but our actual depth, our future right now looks like that. And you're looking at possibility of not having your premier tight end, so you're gonna have a hole to fill. Lee Smith, Carrier, Waller, those aren't your every down tight ends. Am I right? Am I right?
You're right.
So there's an unmistakable hole at the tight end position. So Mike over there at PFF_Raiders, send me some grades for the overall tight end position rankings. Free agents, I should say. Number 1, you got Luke Stocker from the Titans. That ain't it. Number 2, Jared Cook. Maybe, right? You got Tyler Eifert from the Bengals. He's not the guy.
And the bangers.
We were making bangers last night. Let's not get it twisted. Max Williams, Max with 2 X's, like a porn star. Max Williams, a 71.3 with the Ravens. I think he was drafted just a couple years ago, if I'm correct.
I'm not sure about that, but I'll go with it.
Yeah, he's not the dude. Nick Boyle's not the dude. Levine Toilolo Cornholio. Levine Cornholio with the Lions. That ain't it. Jesse James, he ain't it. Paulson, Demetrius Harris from the Chiefs. That ain't it. Jeff who's your mama from the Broncos. That ain't it.
Yeah, no, it's not it.
You got to draft. T.J. Hawkinson.
Oh,
that's what you have to do.
Is that a hot take?
Sure, that's a hot take. I'm not the only one saying it, but it's a hot take. The hot take is next year's starting tight end will be a first-round draft pick.
Oh, that's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
Let's hit it again.
T.J. Hawkinson out of Iowa, 6'5", 243, 250 pounds, depending on what site you're looking at. This kid's a first-day starter in the NFL. He's got all the tools. He can block. He's probably the best blocking tight end coming out in the draft this year.
Okay.
That can also catch. He's got crisp routes, fast break off the route. He can high point the ball. Little inconsistent there sometimes, but tall kid. This guy's like the Gruden grinder. He's like your total lunch pail type dude. Doesn't have the breakaway speed, but his routes are crisp and he's a tight end. So
it's all right, man. I mean, if you got the size and you got the abilities, it really doesn't matter if you got breakaway speed at the tight end position because you're going to figure out a way to make big plays.
Yeah. I know some cats are going to say, I think his name is like Noah Fant or Noah Font. He's like the speedster tight end coming out in this draft.
Okay.
This is the guy I want. I want Hawkinson out there. I love Lee Smith. I do. And I think he's shown the ability. He can catch the ball. He can catch touchdowns. Hey, all Lee Smith does is catch touchdowns, right? But, the thing is you can't deny the fact that when Smith is out there, we're kind of tipping our hand that it's likely a run or a quick pass, and he's out there to, like crack back.
Part of the reason why he always catches touchdowns when he does catch the ball.
Yeah. But Hawkinson provides the type of versatility that John Gruden covets. He can come in every single down and do something for you. So I like this kid TJ. Now the tricky part is his stock is rising. So he is a first round draft pick. We pick at 4th. We're not taking TJ at 4.
No.
I don't want to trade back far enough to get TJ with our highest draft pick.
Right.
I think we got bigger needs on the defensive side of the ball. That's what most fans want to see. But there we are sitting at 24 and 27. If I'm wrong, I know you like 50 of you would tell me. But right there, he's going to go a little bit higher than that.
Right.
So how do you get there?
Tell us, Kenny.
Or will he fall?
It's possible, right? We've seen, there's a lot of players that fall that you think are going to go in the top 5. They're going to go in the top 10.
Yeah.
So a tight end, I don't know. We look around the league and see what the needs are of other teams at that same position. Mm-hmm. I don't know that there's that many that are necessarily like, we need to fill this position with an outstanding tight end, right? Like, I don't know that that's the scheme for most teams.
Right. So anything can happen. There's a million different ways to make this happen. So I'm not going to give you my theory on how I would do it. Really, I got to wait till draft day. It makes no sense for me to say it because y'all are going to get mad anyways. We're not packaging 2 first rounders to move up just a few slots to get this cat.
Right.
That ain't going to happen. I can say that's what we could do, but I would be mad too. I'd be mad at myself for saying that because we don't want to see that. We got 3 picks in the first round. I think most of you want to see 3 picks coming out of that first round. The only way I would do it is if you get additional second round back that puts you right at the top of the second round. That 27th pick basically turns into a top second round pick. That's the only way I would do it. It's situations like this is kind of why I don't like having draft picks bunched up together.
Right.
But TJ Hawkinson, got to find a way to nab that dude, man. A tight end. I know you haven't thought about it. I'm afraid to even look at YouTube right now. I don't even know what the comments are. TJ Hawkinson, man, that's my kid this year.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I like.
There you go.
We got no guests this week, Che.
No guests this week.
No 2-minute drill. No 2-minute drill.
No 2-minute drill. No 2-minute drill this week.
We can't spoil you every single week.
Yeah, we can't be giving you all everything that you guys want every single week. We got to keep you wanting to come back and find out if you're going to get it next week.
Now, depending on what happens in the news next week, I don't plan on having a writer on with us or another podcaster on with us from another network. I'll just say that.
Right.
No outside guests next week is what I'm planning on. If something big happens, we might want to get somebody on here to talk about it and shed some light on it. But
who could that be?
What we're looking at right now is bringing one of you listeners on.
Oh.
Because a lot of you talking big about the 2-minute drill and how you're going to set a new record. And I'm going to go 20 for 20, Kenny. You make me want to pick harder questions.
Yeah.
Don't poke the bear.
Don't poke the bear.
No, but seriously, we're going to bring one of you cats on here next week. Again, if nothing breaks or nothing big happens, we're going to bring one of you cats on next week and see how you can do it. So if you're interested, just get at me. Tweet at me.
There you go.
Convince me you're the guy.
Yeah.
Or the girl.
Yeah. No, there's no sexism going on here.
Or however you identify.
There you go.
Maybe you identify as a Malcolm. Because I don't know what the fuck he is.
Show me you're the Malcolm.
Hey, you might be man, you might be woman, you might be Malcolm in the middle.
There you go.
I don't know.
Malcolm in the middle.
He might have both, dog. He's got a lot of energy. I'm just saying.
Hey, man, he might. I think he's from another fucking galaxy is what I think.
He's like from Orc.
Yeah.
He's from Orc. Malcolm bust out of an egg and just ran straight to the Oakland Coliseum. I think you might be onto something right there. But no 2-minute drill. You okay with that?
I'm good with it.
Right,
we'll see what the fans say, though.
Yeah, we'll see. There might be a little
we'll see what the chat say right now.
I told Shay, too. I was like, good. I want them to be disappointed. I want them to be like, man, 2-minute drill?
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's right. We're taking a week off from it. We don't want to run it into the ground. We want you guys to get hungry.
That's right.
And I want to find out who out of all of you is going to bring it. So next week, we're giving away a T-shirt, Raiders 80s, and one of you is going to play the 2-minute drill.
Ooh.
And I'll buy you a T-shirt. How about that?
It's going to be a good-ass show, too.
Yeah, I'll buy you
anything
you
set
want.
the record, right? Mm-hmm. If you set the record like you say you will, there you go.
Yeah,
the reward.
We'll let you know on air what you might win next week. We'll let you know on air and what you got to do to win it. I don't want you focused on that right now. I don't want you focused on the wrong things. I don't want any excuses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So we'll have a little giveaway for whoever comes on, and we'll try to make this a thing. We'll try to do this once in a while because we love our listeners, man.
Absolutely.
And let's face it, you're more fun to talk to than some of these media dudes. I mean, straight up.
Shots fired.
Yeah, no, not to anybody we had on recently. We've had the homies on recently. It's all
we've
good.
had homies. We had the homies.
But some of these stuffy cats, you know who they are. You've heard them on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying. No one's really fucking with us too much anyway since we just kind of let it fly.
Yeah.
That's not true. There's a few that will, there's a few that won't, and we ain't sad about the ones that won't. We really was like, okay.
If you won't, you won't.
We weren't fucking with you either after that
good.
one appearance. It don't really matter.
It's all good.
Yeah. We pick and choose who comes on this show. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. It's always been that way. Always will be that way. No, I'm just playing, guys. You know it. I'm just hyping up this segment, this 2-minute drill.
There you go.
This 2-minute drill. But we want to get you guys on here. Get some more listeners on the air. That's what I hear all the time. So that's what we're going to do.
That's what's up.
It's time to take a break, y'all.
Yeah, boy.
You ready to take a break?
Yes, I am.
Are you ready to take a break?
I'm very ready, man.
All right, well, let's take
These
a break.
shellouts are running through me, though.
We'll be back on the other side, hopefully with your calls. We got to check into that. And I See You is coming back this week.
I see you.
So we out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders. Before we get to the calls, it's a 2-for-1 because they're so damn cheap.
Oh, yeah.
Chelas Conche tonight.
They were very cheap.
They were very cheap.
Very cheap. As a matter of fact, this next beer that I'm about to review, okay, they actually sell it in a 12-pack for $9.99. So if you
it's even cheaper.
But that's why I got the 6-pack because I was like, I don't know you that well, beer. So I can't go buying a 12-pack of you if I haven't even tasted a 6-pack of you. But this beer right here, I talked about it earlier. It's the Orange Wheat from Hangar 24. Put that back up there for you guys, even though it's reversed. Beautiful. Yeah, American Wheat Ale. Okay, so let's see what this is all about.
Let's see.
Actually, let me
hit that graphic, dog.
Let me hit the graphic.
Do
first.
yourself a
There
little
you
love, little favor.
a little love.
You get that $9.99 header. That 80-cent beer.
It is 87 beer.
Pretty much.
I wish they sold 87 beers at fucking Coliseum.
Oh, bro, could you imagine the scene? Could you imagine the scene?
It would be a disaster. But I mean, to be honest though, most of the cats that are on one that are gonna cross that line, they already crossed it before they even entered the stadium.
They walked in
that way. So I'm just saying,
some of them drove in that way.
Some of those motherfuckers be asleep by the time the fucking game starts. But anyways, let me get back to this beer. This is
I see you Fresno fans with your road beers driving up for home games. I see you guys. I see you.
This is decent.
It's decent, huh?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's light. It's it's light on the flavor. It's light on the it's a light overall light beer, man.
Summer barbecue beer.
Yeah, it's a refreshing
beach day beer, something like that.
You got a little bit of the citrus flavor, not too strong. It's not gonna match your Blue Moons or even your Hefts.
You taste
but
the
it's
wheat.
there. But
you
it's
got the
there.
wheat.
Yeah, it's a
you
little.
got that wheat mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Mouthfeel. That's always a weird word, right?
Yeah, I don't use it.
Yeah, I don't use it. Yeah, mouthfeel.
But yeah, man.
Tell me how that mouth feel.
You gotta get that. Let me see what
that nose.
Like. Let me get that nose in. All right, man. All right. Hangar. Hey, shout out to Hangar 24. You know what? You guys are producing a decent beer for a very reasonable price.
I don't think they expected to sell it at that price. That's why I ended up at Grocery Outlet, to be fair. But Hangar 24, you keep doing the damn thing and keep sending them out there. Again, brought to you by Grocery Outlet, Bargain Market.
And if you make an IPA, send it my way.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
We got a few calls here. We got it looks like about 6 calls, all from different callers this week. So that's great. We're going to start off here in the 760 and hear what you got to say.
What up, Pillagers?
Oh, yeah.
Notorious WOP. the fallout from a nuclear bomb, the positive reading on an STD screen, it swapped. Man, nothing but negative news 24/7. Oh, the Raiders are a junk team. Nobody wants them. PJ Hall sending naked pictures to another dude. You know, this is the stuff we got to live with the new generation of football players. And I don't know what it is. Just word of advice to Raider Nation. Don't take naked pics. Don't do it. Don't send them. It's on cloud. It's in Google. It's going to go all over the place and you're going to look stupid. Don't do it. I think it's a bad idea. What else is going on, guys, besides just nothing but negative? I hope you guys are having a good one. Jay, I'm pretty sure you're drinking some drinks.
You're fucking right.
I hope you all have a good week. I know I am. I'm glad the Patriots won, and I'll say it proudly. Fuck the Rams. Fuck any team in LA that's not Oakland. Fuck any team in Oakland that's not the Raiders.
Oh.
That's how I see it.
Hot take.
If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but I'd rather Tom Brady win than freaking Jared Goff. I'm sorry. I don't want to see the Rams beat the Patriots. I did not want to see that. I want to see the Raiders beat the Patriots.
There you go.
That's what I want.
I like that. I like that,
But
too.
other than that, I hope you guys have a good week. Enjoy your shit. Cain, you stay G. Everyone else, pillage on, motherfuckers. See you later.
Is it just me, or did he have his own rain sound effects going on?
That's what it sounded like,
It
right?
sounded like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a rainy week, bro. So, I mean, he might have had some thunder of his own.
I had to keep checking the sample. I'm like, I stopped playing that, right? Why bring the thunder every week, man? It ain't all that negative, bro. It ain't all that negative. But you're right. You're right. We're getting dogged left and right in the press. Now, what was he talking about? The picks? Was that the PJ Hall thing that had come out? We didn't even talk about that in the intro. There's no need to talk about that.
I mean, I didn't even hear about it, so.
Yeah, allegedly he was gay or something like that. I don't know. I don't care if he is. I just want to know where he's lining up next year. God damn it. That's all I care about.
That's exactly right.
Let's go to the 435.
Kenny, Che, Pillagers, what's up, Raideroo?
Yeah.
What's funny, Raideroo, first of all, much love. Well, what's funny is always reading the Google translation of these calls. Right now it starts off Kenny G Pillagers. Yeah, definitely not that.
I'm sure there's some of those out there, though, somewhere in the universe.
Google doesn't get you, Rue, but we get you. We got you.
So looking more and more like it's going to be one more season in the Coliseum, which I think is great for the locals, all you locals out there. Get one more season. Should have been that way from the whole time instead of trying to fight all this other stuff, but you know, tempers get in the way and hurt feelings and whatever. But if that happens, like it looks like it's going to, I'm looking forward to come out there and hang out with you guys again. Definitely for one. I'm going to try to make it for two, but see how everything goes. Be glad to get all this stadium stuff behind us so we can get forward into what is a very important off season for us. And it should be an exciting one. Still early, so I'll have more thoughts on that as we go. But I want to leave with things will change, but please no Rashawn Gary at 4 overall. I see that a lot in these mock drafts, and I don't like it. But again, still early, so we got a lot more to go to get in that. Thanks, guys, and we'll catch you later. Go Raiders.
Yeah, good call. Good call. I am seeing Gary's name on a lot of the mocks to us. And
yeah, me too.
I even saw an article about him on, or actually video today on his stock rising here as we move into the draft and why it's rising and all that. We told you this was going to happen. That's why we don't get on the draft too early, because as you get closer, names start to shuffle up and down. Guys move up the pile.
Yep.
And not everybody moves down, but you never know who's going to be hitting a bong and a gas mask next weekend. So, you know, things like that happen. So we're going to wait. But I do want to talk about that Rashawn Gary situation next week. That's actually something we really want to talk about. And why? Why is his name being pegged to us? A lot of people had their guy already, and now they kind of feel assaulted to even see that name on there, which they hadn't considered. And you have right to, and we're going to talk about why you have a right to feel that way, and maybe why you don't. So stay tuned in next week as we get to that. Real good call. Appreciate you phoning in. Tailgate MVP, by the way.
Yep.
Let's go to the 970. Do you think maybe people don't want me giving out their area code? Nah, I'm not. I'll give you the full number if you'd like. All right.
Don't do that.
All right, we're going to the 9-7. Oh,
Kenny, Jay, it's Jay from Colorado.
what's up?
Just calling in on this slow off season. I don't really have nothing to say. I'm not much of a mock draft type of person. I like to listen to what everyone else has to say, but I don't go doing my own research and stuff like that.
We found the one guy that doesn't do mock drafts.
Everybody has a fucking mock draft, right?
And I say that, Jay, I say that as a compliment to you.
It is a compliment, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Just had some thoughts on maybe like a cool little side gig for the show. Maybe we could do like a all-time Raider great lineup, like having our 4 favorite receivers, blah, blah, blah. Here, yours and Chase and maybe Cain's or something. Maybe have like a little argument on who shouldn't get in, who is in, blah, blah, blah.
Are you telling me what to do in my own house? No, I'm just playing. That's actually a great idea.
That's a good idea, man.
All-time Raider teams coming this offseason. I like that.
That's good. That's good.
We can't pay you any money for that idea, but we like it.
And just wanted to share a quick memory of mine. It's my first Raider memory, and with the G-Paw Raider, who is my dad, I guess, to kind of clarify, but 2001 AFC Championship game when Tony Saragusa goes and sacks Rich Gannon. I was probably about 7 years old, and that was the day I learned the word bastard, because when Saragusa flopped on Rich Gannon, I just heard my dad scream, "You fat bastard!"
That might be a sample on the show.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's perfect.
I might have to save that one.
It's a great description. Thank you, G-Paw.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. I bet you Jay learned a lot of words that day. Right?
No doubt, man.
So I just wanted to share that story with the Raider Nation. So on to next week. See you later, guys. Go Raiders.
Oh, man. I got a Tony Saragusa story, too.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
shit.
He wasn't playing, though. But my cousin, he's a connoisseur of the Crown Royal during Raider games.
That purple bag.
And he was the only one drinking it. He rolled up into this, and let me just put this out there for people. At one point, we were going real heavy, family wise, to the games. Mm-hmm. We were rolling with a crew,
RV.
friends, family, RV, 40 people deep, whatnot, all up in the dirt lot, and we were handing out Raider game MVPs.
Oh,
right?
shit!
Yeah,
okay.
Mr. Raider, we called it.
Mr. Raider.
Who's gonna be the Mr. Raider this week, right? Mm-hmm. And so Mr. Raider is basically who's the most fucked up and who's the most outrageous, right? That's basically what it comes down to. My cousin,
Quality criteria.
my cousin was going for it. He was going for it. He said, "I'm about to be Mr. Raider."
Oh man, yeah.
Okay? And this was actually during the Bears game. This was the Bears game, but it just so happened that Mr. Saragusa was on the field sideline reporter.
CBS sideline reporter. That's
he was
right.
A reporter.
All greased up,
And
looking all greasy.
He just so happened to get himself a little too close to my cousin's section.
That oily fat bastard.
Yeah, that fat bastard was right there, and my cousin held no punches back. He got up and he said, "Tony Saragusa, you fat motherfucker, I'll kill you. I'll kill you."
Shit.
Yeah, and I didn't get to witness this firsthand. This is hearing secondhand, man. Because I was trying to fight for my brother. My brother had a great game that game too. He should. I thought he was going to be Mr. Raider because he almost got arrested. But shout out Steve. Shout out Steve.
Your boy almost got arrested by Homeland Security though.
But my cousin came back. He's like, "Bro, I had to give it to him, man. I had to give it to him." He threatened Tony Saragusa, and Tony Saragusa looked back and was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, he did. You goddamn right he did. Who's this son of a bitch? Did he get hemmed up for that? No.
No, he didn't.
So you could threaten to kill Tony Saragusa and not get arrested.
My cousin, you never met. I don't think you've met him, but I don't think there's not a whole lot of people that look at that dude that want to really fuck with him. He's not a very tall guy, but he's a pretty wide guy.
He's built like a fire hydrant.
He's built like a fucking brick house, dog. This dude is very little neck, and he'll put some hurt on you. He'll put some hurt on you. So they looked at him. They're like, Do your thing, dog. Do your thing.
He probably will kill you.
And just keep on doing what you're doing.
We're not going to arrest him, but
telecast.
He just might kill you.
Shout out, bro. Shout out to my cousin. I'm not going to drop his name because I don't want him.
Yeah.
I don't want his name out there.
Man.
But shout out to you, man. He already knows who he is, and everybody in my family knows who he is.
Could have used that energy on the team this year,
right?
Can he play fullback? He sounds like a fullback.
No, man. Honestly, he's like DT, dog.
Okay,
he'd be a short DT, but I'd put some trust in him.
A bulldozer.
Yeah,
a bulldozer. Yeah, Mr. Raider. That actually reminds me. We were spitballing this idea yesterday. Next year, if we're back at the Coliseum and you and I are able to get out there like we did last year, and the three of us, me, you, and Cain, the silver and black Cerberus, as it will, the three-headed beast that this show is. If we can get back out there next year, we had a few tailgate MVPs last year, listeners that came through and helped us out. Look, I'm just going to be real with you. We want to meet you at the game, but if you're going to come out and hang out with us, we get real busy, so we will put you to work. People that came to hang out find themselves like handing out stickers, business cards at the same time, opening beers for Che, manning the grill, fixing the banner in the background. They're like, God damn.
What'd I get myself into?
Yeah, they're the ones really holding everything together. We're just shucking and jiving on the mic, So if you decide to visit us next year, and that happens to be the case, we were looking into getting a specially made short run 7 T's tailgate MVP.
That'd be dope, man.
Get you a shirt, but
come get you one. Come be the tailgate MVP, man, next year.
Everyone's different sizes, so we might just have to go big boy size, and some of y'all have to wear it as like a nightgown. I don't know, like a little moo-moo.
I mean, if you want to get adventurous, you could tie it up in a little knot in the back or in the front.
Yeah, it's true. Off to the side, that Debbie Gibson look, real fresh. Hashtag Raiders 80s, by the way.
There you go.
Hashtag Raiders 80s. Don't forget next week. This one coming from the 760 also. But I don't believe. Oh, this is not Hijab Fish. This is C. John Fish. Sorry, Google. Wrong again.
What up, Kenny? What up, Che? What up, Cain? It's C. John Fish down here in Oceanside. Had a couple things I wanted to talk about. I'm sitting here at Stone Brewing, Oceanside.
You're fucking right, you are.
Mood kind of struck. I'm sitting here with my 11-month-old daughter in my arm, and I'm going to go for it. First of all, I really think they should give a good look at Landon Collins. I think he could totally pretty much halfway fix the secondary. I don't know how you guys think about that, but he was a stud on the Giants, and they had a sorry-ass defense. PJ Hall, man, he can do whatever he wants, man. If he wants to drop a digit on some dudes or have some dudes drop digits on him, whatever. I don't give a fuck. So if he wants
can do whatever he wants.
That is it. And then wanted to talk about the rumor about going back to the Coliseum. Man, first game I went to senior year, that was my graduation present. 2000, saw Janikowski's first field goal and extra point. If you guys recall, it was 3-2 at halftime against the Chargeless. Regan Upshaw took Ryan Leaf out of the game with a late hit for a while, and then Andre Rison caught it in the end zone at the very end of the game. So good shit there. Couple of other things. Raider Cain, a couple of weeks ago, you were asking if you met me at that tailgate when I was up there. And, I mean, you were pretty lit, dude, but you actually gave me a hug when you met me. So my buddy that was with me was talking about, like, damn, that dude is so friendly. Thought you might think that was funny. And last but not least, you guys should get the Crow's Nest podcast sponsored by Genius Pipe. Once you know, you know. So check that out. I don't want to go into too much detail because of the children. And then come on down for the Lost Abbey anniversary party in fucking May. I can hook you guys up with places to stay, free tickets, all that shit. So, I guess that's it. I'm fucking rambling. Peace.
That's what's up, man. Shit.
The Lost Abbey, is that a brewery?
Yep.
All right. Wow, in May. Man, my May just got excited.
I'm going to be out in San Diego in June, end of June, July. That's family vacation. But hey.
There you go.
But hey.
But hey.
I just use it as a scouting weekend if we do that thing, man.
Yeah, there you go.
I can go scout out the spots, make sure everything's where I left it.
So Landon Collins, man. Yeah, Landon Collins is an absolute stud right there at safety. That would be a huge get for us. It'd be nice to pair him with KJ and Harris and everybody else we got rotating back there. Absolutely. I'm looking right now. I was looking at the Giants salary cap numbers. They're not too flush. They're probably going to come in around $28-30 million. I don't know if I'm accurate there. Roy's not here to tell me I'm wrong.
Right.
So we're just going to roll with that. Collins is going to demand big money in the offseason. So I know the Giants really want to bring him back. They need talent on that team. Any way they can find it on any side of the ball, they can find it. But chances are he's going to end up somewhere else. I don't know. Do we go big ticket safety in free agency though? It just doesn't seem like that was the trend. We had a chance to do our secondary real big last year, and we held off of everybody.
Right. Right.
So I mean, I would love it, but I don't see it happening. We're going to talk about kind of where we see free agency going here when we bring Cain on in a couple minutes. So I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too much.
Right.
But we're going to get that conversation started this week with Cain. But yeah, Landon Collins, he looks like a Raider for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it if that's what you're asking. But I wouldn't be mad if we went out and got him. Mm-hmm. You know.
So let's go to the 3-6.
What's up, Pillagers? This is Pete.
Yep.
How's everyone doing? Kenny Cain. Man, up here in the Pacific Northwest, it snowed 8 inches last night. But I'm pulled up. I got my chelas. I got everything I need.
That's all you need.
Got some herb, but I don't have any Raiders football. It's a sad Sunday. But hey, that's cool. Anyways, guys, I just want to say, I've been paying attention to mock drafts lately, and DraftWire had us trading down to the Jaguars at 7. I was curious if you saw that, because I love it. I think it's cool, and as we've discussed before about that move, you guys said you're in favor of it if we can get an extra second rounder. I wonder if that's what's going on in the ether of the NFL. People are already talking about trading up for us. Who knows? Anyways, another thing too, guys, like we're just getting shit on our draft after this last year. Everybody's giving us bad grades, man. Like this is terrible. But they don't see what we see, and that's what I'm going to leave it at. You know what I mean? Because we know what the process is. And one more thing, Che. I completely agree with what you said last week about Tom Flores. I mean, he got snubbed. Can't be said enough. But at the same time, what I miss about Al Davis is he used to tell the rest of the NFL, get off my fucking lawn. Mm-hmm. Whenever they would try and rip off shit that we did not give us credit, because that's what it is to be a Raider fan. Yep. Anyways, hope you guys have a good one. God bless. Happy February.
Yeah, happy February. Long way to go. Long way to go to football. But some action coming up soon with free agency. And the draft, you talked about us trading back. The Jaguar, we talked about that. The Jaguars are one of the guys that we'd be happy at that spot, right?
Yeah, it's obviously if you're going to trade back, you do not want to trade out of the top 10, right? And that's within reach. And if you can get a guarantee, like we've talked about in the past, you get a guarantee from the Jaguars that they're going to go out and get a Kyler Murray, let's say, or a quarterback, then you feel good, you feel comfortable giving them that spot because you know that the guys that you're looking at are still going to probably be around. Yeah. Right?
And there you go right there. If that happens, take that high second round pick from the Jags. If they give us one of those, along with swapping the first, you package that with the 24th, you move up a little bit, you get your guy Hawkinson. That could play out like that. Does that seem sound? I mean,
it does. And I would even go as far as to say is like, what's the value that they're placing on these quarterbacks coming out?
Yeah, and that's a big thing.
Because if they have a high value on them, then maybe you can sneak another first round next year.
Yeah.
If they think that highly of them, right?
Yeah.
If they really think that these guys are franchise guys, they're going to turn their shit around, then they might be willing to part with another first rounder the following year, or maybe even, a year from that, So then it gets really interesting.
Right now, it's all eyes on Kyler Murray. If he, depending on what he chooses to do,
right?
Which it seems hard to tell right now. He said no football, and then he declared, and then there's still a lot of conjecture around that, and a lot of people talking. But he enters this draft. He's there in April, ready to be selected, suited and booted, waiting for that hat. A lot of things can happen on draft day, so wait for it. Wait for it. Last call. You already know who this is from.
What up, Kenny? What up, Chet? Your boy Bobby Wasabi.
You goddamn right.
Trying to find out what in the hell is going on, man. We over here like double homeless now, bro. Like, I don't even know what the F, man.
Double homeless.
We're gonna be walking around like Anton Jackson in a pickle jar full of urine and a fucking turd, man.
It's the Cardboard City Raiders right now.
It's terrible. But you know what? I said it before, and we should make it happen, man. Let's go play in Mexico City, dude. Let's make it happen, dude. Could you imagine that, dude? Just fucking scaring the piss out of everyone to go down there. And not only that, it'd be badass to fly down the Pillaging Crew to broadcast live from Mexico City. We could even have a Mama Malcolm run defense and bodyguard for y'all right there. You know, make sure that the fans don't get too rowdy with y'all. That's pretty much all I got, dude. Let's make it happen, Mexico City, dude. Bobby Wasabi out. Peace.
Wow, thinking big, Bobby. Thinking real big.
I mean, what? First of all, that shit would be insane. That shit would be insane to be out there broadcasting from Mexico City.
Big.
That shit would be amazing. You know, no doubt. Yeah. But playing in Mexico City for a whole season.
Yeah.
That shit's a little too much.
Too much.
It's a little too much.
Yeah, too much.
And by the way, how the fuck are we gonna get there, Bobby? I mean, so you know somebody, you know, you got connects over there or what? What's going on? You guys, you got a private charter plane that you're gonna send for the Pillaging Crew? Because shit, you know, we don't got that shit.
Bobby got a prop plane in Watsonville, taking off some covert field. This guy hitting back there. I never put it past Watsonville cats. They got connections. Watsonville's a cutty town, bro. Watsonville's a cutty town. So I wouldn't put it past Bobby. He's got connections. And real quick, going back to Pete's call, something I wanted to talk about that I forgot and completely blanked on. The poor draft trades for some of the guys we got. Look, the guys we got last year are meant to complement guys that are to come. Arden Key is a complementary piece, right? He's the guy. He's the speed of the Thunder we don't have right now. He's the lightning of the Thunder we don't have. Maurice Hurst is a dude, right? He's a guy. He's not a complementary piece, but you put somebody next to him and you will see how they will complement each other directly. I'm talking about another playmaker, right? The guy that Key is supposed to be complimenting will also complement Hurst in that regard. And then PJ Hall is a complimentary piece as well, a rotational piece. We told you that going into the season. Y'all got really hype for the squatty, strong dude. But he is what he is. It's a puzzle, man. When it all comes together, it's going to look real good.
Yeah.
But the pieces aren't all there yet.
I trust the process, man. You got to trust the process.
We're going to take a break right now. Saw Cain in the chat, so I know she's ready. He's ready to go. Yeah. So I said she because I just looked at the screen and he tweeted Judith Grimes, Walking Dead, is on tonight. No spoilers,
no spoilers, bro.
No spoilers, bro.
Come on, man. We over here in the studio and we don't got no goddamn TV screen in front of us.
But he got me with that Judith Grimes. The other thing that breaks tonight, I know you guys probably not watching it, is the third season of True Detective. Which is really good, by the way. Ali is in that. What's his name? Maharash Ali. Is that how you say his name?
Shit,
I don't know. He was in the first season of Daredevil.
Okay,
he's a dope actor. But the new season of True Detective is dope. If you haven't watched the first season with Woody Harrelson and what's his name, Mr. Dazed and Confused. McConaughey. Sorry.
There you go. Yeah, you go.
If you're not
Matthew McConaughey.
If you never watched that season, then you slept on something fantastic. But yeah, don't sleep on that. And then Black Monday. I don't know if you've seen that one.
No, dog.
That's a good show too, man.
You're dropping all these shows. I mean, yeah, listen. I got very few hours where I get to watch actual fucking adult TV, dog. It's fucking cartoons, fucking 24/7 in my household. Until that baby decides she wants to go to sleep, and most of the time she don't want to fucking go to sleep, man.
Yeah.
She runs the rule. She runs this household, man. It's unfortunate, but it's true.
Well,
we just let that. We just gonna roll with it until it changes. Hopefully.
but yeah, don't sleep on Black Monday with Don Cheadle. Fire show, fire.
There you go,
fire. But we're gonna get out real quick, and we're gonna come back with Cain's Corner. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Yep.
Sure. And we're back with Cain's Corner every week. The man, the center, the epicenter of Raider Nation itself is Raider Cain. What's happening, brother? How you feeling?
What's going on, man?
What's good,
What's
brother?
up with you and Jay?
We're getting through February, no football.
Right.
Got a lot of road in front of us before the season starts. You know how it is. You know how we feel. But actually, I'm glad you said that because we can start right off with what is going on. It's the double AF. It's the Alliance of American Football.
Oh, shit.
That's what we're left with right now is to watch. There's a brand new developmental league that just kicked off this weekend.
Uh-huh.
It's a methadone for football junkies. That's what it is. Cain, did you get to watch any of the Alliance football games this weekend?
I did not, and I don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
Damn, bro.
I ain't seen a commercial, and unless I saw a tweet from somebody I saw on Twitter today tweeting about it, I wouldn't even know about that shit.
So let me break it down.
And not to mention that they got a team that's got silver and black. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so let me break this down for you and for the listeners that don't know about this. The AAF, the AAF, it's a developmental league. They are affiliated with the NFL. So it's an 8-team league. Each team has 4 NFL affiliates. They get priority player rights to any player on that squad that they might want to bring up into the big leagues. Now, this league's comprised of former NFL players, NFL practice squad players, top-tier and mid-tier college players that did not get drafted or did not get the contract they wanted from the NFL. And that's what this team is. You got a lot of former NFL staff on the sidelines, in the booth. I saw Kurt Warner. I saw Hines Ward, I think, is in charge of player development for the league. On the sidelines, you had Mike Martz, who's coaching the San Diego Fleet. You got Steve Spurrier coaching the Orlando Apollo. Who else did we see? DUI, Mr. DUI, Dennis Erickson on the sideline for the Salt Lake Stallions, I think it was. And they kicked off this weekend. So the league is similar to the NFL in rules, although the officiating was loose and fast. If you saw that hit on Berkovici.
Yeah, there's no helmet to helmet rule in this league.
Was that his name, Berkovici?
I don't know what the fuck. He was Brokovici, bro.
He got marked a Beachy. He got a big hit. Quarterback for the San Diego Fleet got absolutely destroyed. I think that hit alone was worth watching that game. The Apollo put up 40 points last night too. So overall, Che, I mean, I'm trying to convince my brother Cain here to actually tune in next weekend,
right?
Because I think I will. Will you tune back in and watch? A little bit?
I will. Like I said, my TV time is taken over by baby girl, but I be recording shit and I be watching it when I can, late nights and stuff. So I got all these games saved. I'm trying to get to that DVR and see what happened in most of these games. I saw a little bit earlier today though of the Birmingham game, which Cain was referring to as the team that's silver and black. They got the black helmets with the silver stripe, and then they got
It's white. It's white, dog. It's white.
It looks silver to
me. Man, I'm disappointed in y'all, man. I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed. I'm really. You know what? I'm beyond disappointed. My feelings is hurt, man. You know what I mean? How could y'all let some football be going on this weekend and not tell your homie about it?
Oh, man.
Real, wait a minute. But you know what, though? Hold on. The league must not be worth advertising if I don't know about it. But if my homies knew about it and y'all sitting up here, oh man, I'm hurt, man. I'm disappointed, man. I feel like I wasn't invited to the party, man. You know what I mean? I feel like I was just left to hang to dry for tonight podcast. I mean, well, come on, man. Where we at? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Shit. We got Twitter. We got text messages. We got fucking phone. You know what I mean? Well, where was my hands up like, hey, bro, they got the new league going on today. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't see it on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I was tweeting.
I just saw. You know what? I was tweet.
I was tweeting about it yesterday.
Of all the motherfuckers that's following me, I saw one tweet.
So I was tweeting about it yesterday, Cain. So make sure you follow the show on Twitter. And to be fair,
hey, I didn't see that yesterday.
And to be fair, hey, hold on, bro, hold on. He just wants to come on and just fill up.
Give us off, though. I mean, Saturday, we you know what I mean. Saturday, that's the only day we get off. You know what I mean? So shit, I didn't see it, man. I didn't see it, but you know what?
Cain's drunk.
What
Cain's certified. Facts.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And what network can we?
Well, it was on on CBS Sports and NFL Network.
Yeah.
To be fair, you didn't tell me about it either. So my bad. But yeah, I've been following this like lightweight since they announced it. But
right.
Cain's right. There actually hasn't been a whole lot of fanfare about this. You could have easily missed this. I will say this about the product on the field. It's not a 10, the NFL being a 10. I'd say it checks in maybe around a 6 or a 7, though.
Right.
It's decent. It's entertaining enough to watch for now. Some of the little twists they have in there are kind of cool. I like that when they go to the booth for review, the booth is mic'd up and on video.
Right.
So you actually get to hear the...
What about the players, though? Is there any like players that we might have saw that didn't make it? You know, like a Josh Gordon, or you know what I'm saying, somebody like that might have,
Trent Richardson,
yeah, Hackenberg
and Christian Hackenberg,
yeah,
those are two motherfuckers I saw today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the team that the Raiders are affiliated with is the San Diego Fleet. So if you're looking for players, keep an eye on that team. But I say have fun with it. Pick any team you like. You're right, Che. I looked at the Birmingham Iron. It does look like silver on the helmet.
That's silver, dog. It's silver and black.
Yeah, somebody tweeted that. That we got the colors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I looked at the thing, and I was like, okay, yeah, damn, I didn't even know this shit was on. You know what I'm saying? So that's how, like.
I mean, don't be mad at it. Make that your team. Root for them. They're the diet.
My whole thing is
they're the diet silver and black, bro.
Like, there's no commercials.
Are we going to say
no?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of commercials. There's actually not a lot of commercials during the broadcast itself.
Or no buzz,
which is kind of cool.
No buzz.
The play clock is like 35 seconds.
Right.
It's much quicker. There's no extra point. You have to go for 2
as opposed to 42.
There's no kickoffs. Yeah. Right. There's no kickoffs. You start at the 25. They do have the field goal in there. It's pretty interesting. It moves very, 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 very fast. You think that's not much of a difference, but it moves much quicker. I'm telling you, because you have very little TV timeouts.
Right.
But I thought overall it was entertaining to watch something in the offseason.
Hey, we got a bad connection going here. I can't hear you.
It's even good. It's good enough to at the very least give the XFL a run for its money. XFL was trash when it came out last time. I don't expect it to be much better this second time around. But the AAF, I'll roll with it in February.
I think the NFL needs a secondary. Like what you call like a minor league or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think the NFL is the only league that doesn't really have a productive minor league that people actually follow. You know, as opposed to like the basketball, the D League in basketball, and then you got the minor league in baseball, the AAA. A lot of AAA teams, you know, they out here, they pretty much doing their thing. Sacramento had their little team that was affiliated with the A's, and now they're affiliated with the Giants. You know, I think the NFL needs something like this for those guys that just on the cusp, but might need some development, but can't fit a roster and don't have enough time during the off season to develop. You know what I mean? They get to play the game a little bit and then and develop a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then actually you get to show, you got time where you can show up to training camps throughout the NFL and get a chance to make somebody's roster. If you
don't get killed first, they were calling very little. If you don't get killed first, I'll just say that if you don't die in the AAF, you maybe have a shot. You maybe have a shot.
You know what makes it really hard about this league is that this requires a lot more players than an NBA team or a baseball team. You know, this requires 53 players. You know, and then you have to have 11 good starters. And this just goes to show you how much that there aren't, you know, you say there's 350 something players that go into the NFL draft every year. And amongst those 300 and something players that go into the draft every year, how many of them actually do, last in the NFL for 5 years? And if you can have another football league and it sucks just as bad as the last 6 NFL teams in the NFL, then there aren't that many good football players, or there are more good football players than there are bad ones. You just don't know. But for some reason, for you to have a secondary league that's supposed to be a quote-unquote developmental league to help players get to the NFL, if you in that league, you are beyond 53 on the roster. You're like 100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can't even work out and then go a la Jalen Richard, miss the draft, this, that, and the other, you know what I mean, and then still make an NFL team. There are a lot of guys that can do that, and so you're beneath those guys too. You can't even be the undrafted free agent.
But you already touched on the good thing about it is these guys are going to get extra snaps that they're not getting on the practice squad and still get to work with NFL, former NFL staff members, former NFL coaching staffs to get that extra coaching and maybe turn the corner. But at the very least, I just look at it as a spectator. It's a little extra football that we get to watch, and it's not terrible. It's not god awful. It's not the NFL, but you know what? It moves quickly. There's not as many ads, and the officiating is loose and fast, at least for right now, which I like. The other thing that's kind of interesting, and at first when I heard the rule, I thought it was bunk, but after watching this weekend, it's probably good so somebody doesn't actually lose their life out there, is you're only allowed to rush 5.
Okay.
You're only allowed to rush 5, at least for this first season is what they're saying, as offenses get their systems installed.
You see what I mean? Right there. That's right there. That says that just matches what I was just saying. You have certain rules that don't apply to the NFL. Mm-hmm. So, these guys, these players, this is the reason why we don't hear about this league. My point I'm trying to make is this is why we will never probably watch this league. It won't flourish. It won't get anywhere. You have these extra special, rules for these guys that aren't as good as the players. And if you want to make it to the NFL, if you want to be in the AAA, as you might call it, or whatever league of football, and then you need to be following along the same rules, and you need to be at least a prospect to head into the NFL. Right now, I understand probably why I didn't see it.
So first Cain's upset that I didn't tell him about it, and now Cain's just upset at the league. So you can't just be mad at everything. But it's interesting that you bring up the viewership because this is a supply and demand world, and I think that's why we got this. People have been trying to make off-season football happen for a long time. Will it succeed? I don't know. It's probably not going to have – I don't see – it's never going to be the NFL, but interesting enough, for opening night, they did beat the ratings for the NBA marquee game. They had greater ratings than the Thunder Rockets game that aired at the same time slot. It got a 2.1 rating, several million tuned in. It was actually did a fairly good showing, I think better than they thought. Is it sustainable? Will that continue? Was it just curiosity? I don't know. We'll see. But from watching on Twitter, it seemed like a lot of people were having fun with this. So, if they can put out something that's, a resemblant of the NFL, and at least give somebody, people something to watch, right? Which is, I think, what they're trying to do. And these guys are getting paid.
Basketball is on right now.
Not everyone's a basketball fan. So, not everyone's a baseball fan either. I like to watch hockey. Maybe you don't.
Hockey is on right now.
A lot of people just want to watch as much football as possible. You know what I mean?
So the WNBA
I think it's a good. I think it's good.
Shit.
I think it's a good move, and the product in the field. It's not NFL. Nobody promised that. It's an affiliate league. It's a developmental league. A lot of people said that would be a good idea, and that's what they got. So, and I think they'll continue to tweak and tune and adjust this as it moves forward. But for right now, it is what it is. I'd say check it out and don't pass judgment until you watch it. Are you going to get passionate about it? No. When you're watching the Bills-Dolphins game, no. Are you passionate about it? No. Is it the NFL? No. But it's February and there's football on TV, and I ain't mad at that.
No.
Not at all.
It would never survive if the players and I'm gonna just end this with this conversation with this. I mean, I'm sure you might want to follow up, but I'm saying it would never survive if the players that are on practice squads and the players that do get to NFL camps don't volunteer or translate to say, hey, I'm gonna play this league so I can get some film tape or whatever. This league won't make it, because it will be the players that don't make practice squads and they don't make it to, combines and they don't get invited to this or that, and they don't even get called off the motherfucking street if they're in a goddamn grocery store. These are the players that's playing in this league. And until you get the players that's on the cusp of bubbles, that's bubble players, that's practice squad players that want to get more playing time, that want to get more, leverage, that want to have more development, until you get those players, and I just don't think those players will, because they don't want to jeopardize their body or get hurt and possibly fuck up their chance to be in the NFL. So there's a fine line in this league, and without me even having seen a game played, didn't even know the motherfucker existed, to be honest with you, I can already give you examples to why this shit won't work.
Well,
That's just me.
Let me just comment on that, and this is the reason why it has a chance, in my opinion, is that unlike other leagues that have come in, this is not a league that's trying to combat with the NFL. This is actually a league that's trying to work with the NFL. They're trying to sell themselves as a development league.
I'm just saying the players that playing it.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. But if you have a league that's coming in and they're saying, we're going to work with you, NFL, we're going to try to school up some players so that you have basically a development league to bring some more people into your league eventually, the NFL is going to support it. The NFL is going to support it because it's much like, let's say a G League for the NBA. Right? It doesn't mean that all those motherfuckers are going to make it in the league.
Fuck with it.
It doesn't mean that they're going to make it into the league. It doesn't mean that one motherfucker might make it out of the league. But the bottom line is that it's going to be supported by the actual league. The NFL is going to support it. They're not coming in like the XFL. They're not saying like we're going to be better than the NFL. They're not trying to be the USFL, right?
No, they're the last chance university for the NFL.
Exactly,
They are.
exactly.
And I think that there's my praises, Che. You singing my praises, bro. If the NFL accepts it, then the players, the bubble players, and the practice squad players, they'll go play just like NFL Europe.
Right.
That was a league that was accepted by the NFL and actually kind of worked a little bit to help some of the players come out of that league.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. If this league models that, and then you get the players to accept that this is a place that I can go play to help me develop my skills instead of me playing in the NFL, then yes, it will work. If it's some XFL shit or some bullshit, that shit ain't gonna work. That's
right,
all
and
I'm
it's not,
to say,
and it's
my
not
brother.
that, and it's not that. I think it's trying to be the opposite.
Yeah.
They're trying to actually what they're trying to sell is more like the actual game, right? They're trying to sell more of the skill. They're trying to, they're not trying to impress people with fucking bullshit, rules like, the
No fair
kickoff,
catch.
right? No fair catch,
Dash
and
for the ball.
right? All that
it's
kind of
not
bullshit.
like that. No.
It's none of this like fucking, they're not trying to
not
go
a
for the
gimmick.
it's not a gimmick. It's not a gimmick, basically, right? And so they're trying to provide like actual high level skill. You got coaches that have been in the NFL, actual NFL coaches that are now coaching in the league. You got former NFL players that are taking part in it. So they really want to develop the league into something that's gonna translate into the NFL or help players translate into the NFL.
It's definitely a better product on the field than the XFL. It's a way better product on the field than the NFL Europe was. Those games were painful to watch.
Right.
It kind of reminds me of the USFL. I saw plays being made yesterday, 30-yard passes, the shoestring passes, fingertip catches. I saw some exciting moments. I turned it on, expected to be disappointed.
Right.
And I was kind of working on some stuff on my laptop, and I kind of kept looking up like, oh, damn. Oh, shit. Okay.
Right.
And then I put my laptop away. I was like, actually, I'm going to watch the second half right now. This ain't too bad. So, I wanted to be skeptical too. And again, you said it yourself, Cain. It's basically a watered down NFL. It's a modified version. But if the product on the field, if it's entertaining to watch, That's the bottom line. People are going to watch it. And so far, I think not bad for a football league starting in February. I think most people that are big football, there's some people that are only football fans, and this is really caters to them. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's not too bad.
Now, let me throw something out here at y'all. And I know I said I wasn't going to expand on this, but I'm going to expand a little bit. What if the league had the players that were good enough to be in the NFL? You could kind of watch them develop, sort of like a AAA baseball. You know, you see a guy, you know, in AAA. He's gonna be good when he get to the you know, the MLB. You know, and so that's my only point I'm trying to make. You know, real quick, I just want to say, hey, look, if these players are somebody that you can watch this league and be like, hey, next year, you know, he gets to go into the draft, or he gets to go into a supplemental draft that we go like 3 rounds. You know, 3 rounds. Each team get 3 players from this league. 3 rounds, and the weakest team, the last 3 weakest teams, gets these players. You know, then you get to say, okay, hey, you get to be excited because you're going to see this player evolve. But if all you got is a motherfucker playing a football game and then y'all just go in the season and we never see these motherfuckers again, it's a waste of my time, and I don't think I could get back. But it is what it is. I see it. I'm gonna check it out next week.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna give y'all my opinion next week. You know, but at this point right now, it's too many players that's going into the NFL that's better. If you're in this league, that means you like 500 to 1,000. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I say don't wait till next week. Go on YouTube tonight and check out some of the highlights from this weekend and let that be the judge. You know, see if you see something you like right off front. You just, you know, cherry pick it a little bit and just kind of check out some of the plays that happen. And Stack just made a good point. This could be a good lead to test drive new rules and player safety or whatever before they implement it in the NFL. So a project league, not just for players, but from the top down logistically as well. So it could kind of be a sandpit for the NFL, if that makes sense. So I think it's cool. But let's move forward on this because I actually got more to talk about. I didn't even expect to spend that much time on it, and I'm not mad that we did. I think that was a good conversation to have. I think the AAF is for right now, for this week, is important to the NFL. Right. We'll see if it lasts though.
Right.
Well, you know, we'll cautiously optimistic. But let's get into it. That was actually our I See You segment, but we threw it up front because you know what? It was worth talking about.
There you go.
But the big news that came out and what we teased at the front of the show, and everybody is you know jumping up and down doing jumping jacks like a Momo in their apartment,
like a motherfucking Momo,
is Charles Woodson being out at ESPN, Ansley being out from the DB coaching position in the silver and black, meaning there's a hole there to be filled. Many people praying on their knees that Charles Woodson shows up to the facility as the newest coach for the Oakland Raiders. I got my feelings about it. I'm not as excited as everybody else, but Cain, I really want to hear what you have to think about the rumors circulating around that and everybody hoping and praying that C. Wood comes on as a position coach for the Raiders. How would you feel about that? I mean, what are your thoughts? Are you excited or just, you know, what are your thoughts?
You know, with much respect due to Charles Woodson, and for me, you know, I'm gonna say this before I make my opinion. Charles Woodson is probably one of my favorite players from my time, from my generation. So I want to say that. But with all that being said, no, Charles Woodson. If you want to go into coaching, you need to start from the bottom and work your way up. I'm not sure that you could come in here and the magic you displayed on the field. You know, I don't think you can just touch another player and then that just carries over to him. And I'm not saying that you don't have the ability to teach that player to become that player, but I think you need to watch another defensive backs coach just coach. You know, and yes, you've been around a lot of coaches and you've been coached a lot. Have you really put in the hours that it takes, the film study, you know, the the time, just like Rich Gannon said, hey, I was flying to Oakland for an interview and I thought about it and I said, no, I'm cool. I don't think I got the energy and time to put into that, and I'm just not sure that, that Charles Woodson, and I'm not saying that he won't be a good coach. He very well may be. But in my opinion, I think if you want to get into coaching, I think you need to start out as an assistant. Don't just take it full frontal and just be like, you know what, I'm Charles Woodson, nigga, I'm a Hall of Fame defensive back. I can coach. I think you need to start out and be an assistant. And I tweeted that, and I'm gonna stick with what I said. And be an assistant first.
I'm glad you said that, and I'm glad we held off on our opinion because we would have taken the wind out of your sail. Because Che and I are here, we agree with you. You mentioned one great example in Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon is the closest thing that the Raiders have known to a coach on the field. Right. And I'm not just talking about like being a great coach on the field and getting your players in position. I'm talking about actually calling plays, understanding strategy, route development, and all that. I feel like Rich Gannon could do all that from behind the line, but Rich Gannon knows what it takes. He knows coaching is a different animal and thought twice about coming back. The other example that's out there is Rod Woodson. Mm-hmm. Didn't play with the Raiders long, but a fantastic defender in the NFL. Everywhere he went, Rod Woodson. Probably one of the worst position coaches, it seems, that we've ever had.
At least until this point, right? Up to this point.
In recent history.
Absolutely.
So just because you're physically gifted and you get the game better than others doesn't mean you're going to be a great coach at it. In fact, that might work against you.
Actually, it might, because if you notice, oops, I didn't mean to cut you off, Che, but let me just say this real quick. If you notice, the players that make it in coaching are the ones that weren't really good on the field, know? They had to work harder to be what they could be on the field. They had to study the film longer. They had to learn the techniques more. They didn't just have natural ability. So Charles Woodson, his first, I want to say 6-7 years was off natural ability. He ain't watched no motherfucking film. Charles Woodson went to practice and went to the club, went to the game and went to go get drunk afterwards. He ain't went watching no film. You know what I'm saying? The older players, as you get older, the better ones, they start watching film because they just want to get better because they already good. The ones that didn't really have that ability, they had to start watching film from fucking day one. You know what I'm saying? They had to start practicing that technique from day one. They showed up at practice every day. They was there and practiced like they was in a game every single day. Those are the ones that have become good coaches, not Charles Woodson's, not Rod Woodson's, not Rich Gannon's. I mean, not John Gruden. John Gruden was a washed up quarterback. He didn't make it to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? He was a quarterback in college. And this is what I'm saying. The ones that don't excel on the field are 9 times out of 10 the ones that exceed as good head coaches. Charles Woodson, please just sail off into the sunset. Don't fuck up your history, your reputation. Don't try to come just because you love John that much. You want to try to help him get to the. Don't do that, bruh. Unless you're really ready to put the hours, the time that it takes to become a coach. And if you are, then you need to start out as an assistant. That's all. That's my point right there. That's what I want to say.
Nah, man, all I was going to say is that I think history has shown in every sport, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, that for the most part, those that are great players, right? The guys that you're talking about that have natural ability. And let me just say this too, clarify too. Great players don't just settle on their talents, right? So great players actually do all the extra work as well. They have natural abilities, but then they go and they kick it up a notch. They gain an edge on everybody else. They stay up all night fucking studying the opponent. They do all the extra work, right? They're the ones that are up at fucking 4 a.m. in the gym, beating everybody to the fucking field for warm-ups. Those are the great players, right? So when you're talking about great players, they got a different mentality. And so when you have a great player, and I'm going to go ahead and put Charles Woodson in that category. He's in that category for me.
Do it.
When you have a great player, he has a a skill level that's above everybody else. He has a talent, a natural ability
And
that's
innate
above everybody
ability.
else. He has a mentality, right, of a fucking winner. He's going to go out and do everything that needs to be done to win. And not everybody in this world is born with that mentality. And when a motherfucker is built that way, he doesn't know how to understand somebody that's not like that. So it makes it very hard for you to coach somebody who can't be on your level mentally, right? And all of a sudden you're like shouting at these motherfuckers and you're thinking it's going to kick them in the ass and they're going to want to do something more to be more like the player that you were. And it just don't work that way. And that's why some of the greatest players in any sport are the worst coaches when they do decide to go that route, because they just don't know how to work with motherfuckers that don't have that little thing built into them, right? That makes them say, I want to be better than everybody and fuck all y'all. You know what I'm saying? So that was my
brother.
point.
Preach.
All right. Well, I'm glad we all landed in a spot that we can agree on.
But hey,
as we do,
at the same time, if Charles wants to go into coaching, like we're saying, hey, go the route of learning the game, right? Learning the game from the coaching perspective. So that way, when you do get to the NFL, you are able to work with people that are maybe less than.
Less than
you were, right?
Yeah.
Preach, my brother.
I'm not
Preach,
gonna,
my brother.
I'm not going to diminish the value of having a guy like him in the building.
Absolutely.
But is he ready to be the position coach? No. I mean, I think that's where we're all at. We'd love to see Charles back in the building, but yeah, as an assistant, you know. So we'd like to see that. But everyone pump their brakes. There's a good shot that C. Wood's probably just going to NFL Network. Like,
right.
This could all be much ado about nothing. He said today it was all just purely a coincidence, but we'll see. Stranger things have happened. We are dealing with the silver and black, so who knows what might shake out.
Right.
And then he is a Raider through and through. And then John Gruden is his favorite coach, and he did draft him.
That's right.
So, I mean, we got a reason to speculate, right?
We do. Oh, we do. And John told him in that first press conference he's been trying to get him to come back. So we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Raider Nation's going to be excited either way. We're just here to tell you to pump the brakes and give it to you real. That's what we do every week, right, guys?
That's right.
Kay, man, what else? What was on tap for you this weekend? Che and I kind of reset our weekend at the top of the show, but we haven't heard from you. I know you spent the weekend in the Bay. The weather has been something else, man. What have you been up to?
I didn't do shit yesterday. Laundry.
Yep.
And then just get ready for next week. And then today, I went to go see Glass. Man, that shit was good.
Was it good? Was it good?
Oh, my God. It was a classic M. Night Shyamalan thriller. It was good. It was good. And I'm going to say to those that haven't seen it, you need to watch Unbreakable and Split before you go see the movie. Because my roommate went with me, and he ain't seen neither one of the movies. So when the movie started, I had to look at him and go, oh, shit, did you see Split? And he's like, nah. I was like, oh, you fucked up. Yeah. So I'm just saying, you gotta, So you might, you know what I'm saying? You gotta check it out, man. You gotta check it out. But you gotta see did y'all see the other two movies?
Oh yeah. Unbreakable is one of my favorite films. I really like Unbreakable. People trip out when I say that. They're like, I was all right. Nah, Unbreakable is really good. There's a lot going on in that movie that you could miss. There's like a lot of just cool symbolism and little Easter eggs and things, and just the way it unfolds. And it's a comic book film, but it's way different than other ones.
Right.
And it's got Bruce Willis. Hey,
Bruce Willis.
Dude, Bruce Willis is the man.
Samuel L. Jackson.
And Samuel L. Jackson. What else do you want out of a movie? I mean, those are two heavy hitters right there.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Right. Split was crazy too, though.
Split's cool.
Split's fucking, that's that psychological, thriller,
That movie's a trip.
That's a trip.
Hey, but you know what, though, man? Homeboy that plays that, McAvoy, what's his name? McAvoy? John McAvoy? What's whatever his name is?
You thinking of John Malkovich?
Homeboy. No, not John Malkovich. It's McAvoy or something like that.
Yeah, James McAvoy. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
James McAvoy. Okay. Yeah. Homeboy, hey, man, he them person. I look, no teasers. Go see the movie, man.
Right.
And then watch Split. Watch Split too.
Yeah.
Homeboy is a good actor, man. I'm just telling you, to do the way he did that shit, hey, it was off the hook. And then it was just good. The movie was good.
All right, yeah.
And for what else I did this weekend, I ain't do shit. I'm a lazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get up at 4:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday, man. So on the weekends, I try to sleep in and I try to just lay in my bed if I ain't doing nothing else.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Take care of yourself, brother. Take care of yourself. You gotta put you first sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Man, it is what it is.
Yeah, I need to get out there and see that. My lady wants to see it too, but she ain't seen Split, so I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. May have to watch that. At
Well,
home
I tell you what to do. You need to show her Split first.
Yeah.
Do not take her to see that movie without seeing Split.
All right. That's good to know.
Because it picks up. Yes, you have to listen, world, people that's listening to this show, this feed. You have to watch Split and Unbreakable. Do not go see this movie if you didn't. If you do, you're doing yourself a disservice.
That's
period.
Good. He said a lot without saying a lot right there, because I was wondering how closely tied in is this film to the other two films, or is it just kind of creating a new film of those characters? But it sounds like it's closely tied in. Which makes me happy to hear.
It is not.
Makes me happy to hear that. So that's good, man.
That was a little teaser at the end of Split too.
Yeah,
with that, so
yeah,
it let you know what was
and
coming.
it picks up and go see Split and Unbreakable, or you will not be serviced correctly.
Message received. Cain, man,
That's
was
like
good.
getting your dick sucked and you don't come.
Jesus.
You need to go see them other two movies first.
Damn. Well, on that note, it's always great having you on, brother. We're gonna get up out of here. I think here in a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We're up against that time, and we'll have you back on next weekend for another great Raider conversation, brother.
You're damn right.
Hey, like always, my brothers, it's good to talk to y'all, and I might be in the studio either next week or the week after. You know what I mean?
All right.
One of the next 2 weeks.
All right.
I'll be there.
Just let me know, brother. We'll be here. Seat is right here,
and
ready for you right now.
I need some of that salsa, Che. I need some of that salsa, bro.
Hey, give me that heads up. Let me know for sure that you're coming, and I'll make sure that salsa's on lock, dog.
I got to have some, man. I got to, street tacos like a motherfucker. That shit gonna go right on some street tacos.
You fucking
and
right.
I get down on some street tacos homemade. I just need the right salsa to go on top.
So I got you,
That's
man. Like
the
I said,
salsa
just
right
let me
there.
know. Give me the heads up.
Where was that salsa all tailgate season, bro?
Sorry, dog.
No.
I'm sorry, man.
Gonna be buying salsa over here.
I just created
I
that
know,
bitch.
for real. What's up? Why you have niggas doing that? Come on, man. You was doing this in this service, man.
Hey, well, check it out. Check it out. So it's still in the air, man. We might end up at the Coliseum, right? So if we end up there, then I'll tell you what. Every fucking game that we're at, there'll be salsa there. Okay, I'll make that
y'all
promise.
buying tickets?
We're gonna have to find a way, bro. We're gonna have to find a way.
You are Kenny.
Yeah, we're gonna try to find a way, man. We're gonna pull it together. We're gonna some way, man. We're gonna have to make that happen. If they're in Oakland again, I just don't see me not going.
Right quick.
Absolutely.
Anybody that's thinking about buying tickets in Las Vegas, if you thought that shit was expensive, I'm gonna just say this real quick. They got $1,000 PSLs, $1,000 per seat, $1,000 per seat, and you can make that. So say if you obviously you're not gonna buy one seat, you're gonna buy two. So if you buy 2 seats, it's 3 payments for $2,000. It's 3 payments of $565 each. You know, you make those payments, and then by March of 2020, and then your season payments tickets start from March to July. You have to pay whatever, that amount of seats was $1,800 for 2 tickets. Now, I ain't done it yet, but I'm seriously considering. I'm still thinking about it because I'm trying to find one other person that wants to do this with me, because I don't want to pay for 2 tickets, because I don't know 2 people that's going to spend money to fly to Las Vegas, you know what I mean, and then get a hotel room and then go to the game, 4 times a year. But if somebody out there want to do that shit 4 times a year, and they want to split it with me, and I can do it 4 times a year, then I would consider we going half on a PSL. It's a lifetime commitment But I think at one point, and, you know, if you just look at all the look at the teams that have new stadiums. They either made it to the championship or they in the Super Bowl or they close to it. You know, so the NFL, I don't know how to, you know, officiating or whatever you want to call it, these teams that's coming up with new stadiums are, you know, Arizona got a new stadium. They won a Super Bowl. I'm just saying, go back and look into the history of teams that's getting new stadiums and see if they didn't have winning teams that match right around the time that you got a new stadium.
Cowboy fans are mad at you right now. Cowboy fans are big mad right now. Cain, holler at me about that because I think my tax money is going to be right this year. So I might be the dude, bro. I might be the dude.
Say what?
My tax money might be right this year.
Oh my God, y'all. Signal is bad, bro. I can't hear you.
Looks like we lost the signal, but I'll get with Cain offline about that. Thanks again, brother. We'll talk to you next week.
Yep.
I'll have that conversation with him off the air because I think my tax money is going to be pretty good this year.
I hope so, man. But I hope you get all the money back.
But out of respect to Cain, just to reset what he said, you know, your PSL money's due up front, but you can make that in payments, and then your ticket money ain't due until the year 2020. So that's offset. So you're not looking at that big sum of money all at once. So if you're thinking about it and you feel like you can finance it out a little bit and that'll work for you, it sounds like they're willing to work for you. So get out there and snag that $1,000 PSL. I saw the view from the seats. They were like 400 level. Still didn't look too bad. I think people, they overthink what level they're sitting on and where their seats are. These stadiums these days, even the Coliseum, hell, it's hard to find a bad seat there. Sidelines are good. You know, the decks are all slanted in, so you feel like you're right on top of the action. I think sitting down low and up front is overrated. I'd rather sit a little bit on top of it. So, you know, but we're losing the stream. Looks like maybe we should just wrap this up. What do you think?
I'm ready when you're ready, dog.
All right,
I'm ready when you're ready.
Shout out to Raider Cuts. Shout out to Salt City Silver and Black VP. Shout out to his name is, by the way, Morse, J Morse. Shout out to Lee Smith's beard. That's right, Lee Smith's beard's watching the show. I don't know what Lee Smith is doing, but his beard is tuned in. Shout out to Tom Ibarra. Shout out to Raider Matt 82, Raider at MVP. Shout out to the Armchair Pirate, Rob Vatcher, Doing It for Kicks, Jarrell Carter, Uno Mas, Abraham Ali, Kebab Kicker, Justin Zaleski, Cole Henry at the Scope MMA Podcast. Shout out to Retweet the Best. Shout out to PD Paisano. Shout out to the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Shout out to Beer Me. That sounds like your type of person, Shay.
Yeah.
Shout out to LA Raider 11, Dennis Nunez, Rav 77, McNeil, and Billy G. Thanks for the follow, guys. Can't wait to see who follows us this week.
Yeah.
You got some shout-outs?
I got some IG shout-outs. Shout out to JDeb73, Metal Slim Jim 86. That might be a repeat. We got shout out to M9 Corral. Shout out to, hold on one second. Give me a second. Bon Signor Essay.
All right.
I think I said that right. All right. Shout out to Put It All on Black. Shout out to One Nation Fanware.
Of course.
That's right. And then shout out, oh man, you had to go and put the worst combination of Raiders. Okay, let me see. The Angel Raiders.
There you go.
That's what I'm reading.
There you go.
Shout out to you.
That's not too bad.
It's like, it's written in numbers and letters.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Like a damn code for fucking Nintendo.
Good show, Che.
Yeah.
Really good show.
It's always a good show, bro.
Feeling good. And that's it for this week's show. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in to leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. Download the official Pillaging app available for iOS. DC4L Custom Tees. Shout out to you. Please donate. We out. Peace.
Like a freight train coming, you're blowing the town. Like a diesel motor, you never shut down. With your pistons pumping, you're mowing them down. It's a sight to see, they all lay their money down. When you're gone, mama, hell, you ain't acting right. When you're gone, mama, I can still see your eyes.